Bangladeshi Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina
Sheikh Hasina guilty.
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She's facing charges of crimes against humanity.
International human rights organizations are sharply divided over the death penalty verdict against former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina for crimes against humanity during the July 2024 uprising. While some welcome accountability, others question whether the trial met international fair trial standards. Bangladesh's International Crimes Tribunal sentenced Sheikh Hasina and former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Kamal to death for their roles in violently suppressing student-led protests in July and August 2024. Both were tried in absentia and were not represented by counsel of their choosing. A third accused, former police chief Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun, who testified for their prosecution, received 5 years in prison. Human Rights Watch raised serious concerns about the proceedings, stating the trial failed to meet basic international standards. The organization emphasized that trials conducted in absentia undermine fundamental rights guaranteed under international law, including the right to appear in person, choose one's own lawyer, present a full defense, and question witnesses. Human Rights Watch also opposes the death penalty in all cases, calling it inherently cruel, with concerns exacerbated by the capital sentences imposed. The UN Human Rights Office took a nuanced stance, calling the verdict an important moment for victims while expressing regret over the death penalty. The UN acknowledged this represents a significant step for victims of grave violations, but emphasized that accountability proceedings must unquestionably meet international standards of due process and fair trial, particularly when conducted in absentia and resulting in capital punishment. Amnesty International's Secretary General Agnes Callamard was more direct, stating that justice for victims has not been served by this death sentence. She called it neither fair nor just, saying the death penalty compounds human rights violations as the ultimate cruel, degrading, and inhuman punishment. Amnesty argues that victims deserve a justice process that is scrupulously fair and fully impartial. In contrast to international concerns, Bangladesh's Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam welcomed the verdict, saying it demonstrates Bangladesh's ability to conduct trials while maintaining international legal norms. Key political parties also welcomed the ruling and called for Hasina's immediate extradition and swift execution. The verdict comes as Bangladesh prepares for elections scheduled for February 2026. Recent bombings and the Awami League's call for a nationwide lockdown have heightened tensions. The International Crisis Group warns that as long as Hasina refuses to give up control of the Awami League, the party is unlikely to be allowed back into the political arena. The death penalty verdict highlights the ongoing tension between demands for accountability and concerns about due process. While victims seek justice for the deadly crackdown that killed hundreds during last year's protests, the international community remains divided on whether this trial delivers that justice fairly.